I have for you today an F56 Clubman Cooper S. This car has got quite a few modifications. It has an intake. It has been mapped. I think it's stage 1. It used to have really nice BBS wheels. I'll flash up a picture. But this car's currently for sale / sold, so the old wheels have gone back on. It is lowered on just some springs. I'm not sure which brand, but they do a decent job. It looks a little bit lower. The ride is not horrific. But yeah, it's also got its piece de resistance, Remus exhaust. That's quite loud, as you guys will find out later in the video. It's got the actual JCW interior, John Cooper Works seats, little kick plates. It's a very similar spec to what my Mini used to be, where it's an actual Cooper S, but it's got all the JCW bits. The one key giveaway, as always with Minis, are the brake calipers. So it has standard brake calipers and not the JCW 4-pot, 6-pot, whatever they do nowadays. This car's running, we don't actually know how much power it makes. Standard, they're 192 brake horsepower, but this is mapped. So we think it makes about 250. We'll find out on the road if that is true. Under the bridge. Does sound pretty good. From a dig. Four-wheel drive puts the power down. That's very nice. That is very nice. I could imagine this car being a lot of fun in the city. Traffic light Grand Prix. Ooh. Let's see what it's got. Makes a good noise. Does a lot of popping, doesn't it? Okay, the popping is beyond ridiculous. Are you guys hearing this? What the hell is that? What the hell is that? That's just stupid. I've got all the windows open. You guys want to hear it? Aww, nothing at the higher revs. So funny enough, it pops more at the lower revs. That's really strange. So it's basically designed to annoy people. At the top end, there's no pops, but down here, what the hell is that? You can feel it shuffling power towards the rear when you're in a corner like that and the front starts to wash a little bit and it moves the power to the rear and the car like re-grips and it pivots from the back. It's quite cool. Let's try it here again. As you apply power, yeah, you can feel it pivot round to the back. It's very cool. It's very cool. I think that will get quite old quite quickly. It's already, oh my God. I hit one downshift and it gave me like 4 pops. I want to work for them. My car's quite cool because you've got to get it all the way into the top end of the rev band to really get some. But this, you give me nothing there. It's almost like you're rewarded for being down here and just doing this. Oh my God, that's so bad. When you're at the higher RPMs, it doesn't do the stupid pops as much. What's the car like to drive? Well, apart from out the exhaust, it's alright, it's quite fun. It's quite, ow, it's quite stiff. It has that classic Mini feeling. So it's a little bit cheap and rattly and not very refined, but it's quite chuckable. It's got a quick steering rack. Yeah, let's throw it into this corner, see what happens. The pops are a little bit stupid. The pops are like really, really egregious. The car's actually got an 8-speed box. So even though it's 250 horsepower with the remap, I reckon it could be quite fun. Yeah. Do you know what? The grip's actually there. But because it's 4-wheel drive, it has this, I don't know. It does alright, don't get me wrong. Fun car. There's something missing. There's a mininess missing. It kind of feels like a 4-cylinder BMW, which I know that's exactly what it is. It's a strange car. I don't know, I love minis. I thought I'd really like this. My Mini, I had an R56 Cooper S, and the steering was, I don't know, it felt more alive than this, but that's not okay. You know, that's not an off-center response that's acceptable. I'm going completely straight. I don't know, guys. It's got me confused. I think the car's confused. I don't think it knows what it wants to be. Because like, for a big family estate car, it's not really quiet enough or refined enough. And then for a Mini, it's not really fun and fast and engaging enough. I don't know, maybe it's the weight that's throwing me off, because a Mini should be really light on its feet, but this feels kind of, I don't know. I don't know, guys, I don't know what it is. I'm not in love with it and I expect it to be. I'm sad. Let's send it through here, shall we? Second gear pull. Yeah, it does all right. Don't get me wrong, it has some power, especially with 250 horse. Maybe it's the tires. I don't quite know what it is. Yeah, there's definitely a level of engagement here that is lacking, that I'm missing. It's kind of a shame, because it's a cool car. Like you guys saw in the intro, like the boot, the fact that like the way it opens, I always thought it was really interesting. I like cars that are a little bit different. But yeah, I don't know. 3,000 RPM. There's good power there. There's genuinely good power there. It's definitely, this car's stage 1. It's definitely making 250 horse. Definitely. Feels good. Feels healthy. I'm driving it in mid mode because the pops in sport are just a little bit ridiculous for me. But yeah, it's lowered. Let's see how it deals with this bump. Yeah, not super well. If that was any quicker, that would have been a problem. But guys, it's all right. The gearbox is a bit slushy. The interior is a bit rattly. I'm just not in love with this car. Second and third are far too spread out as well. Like if you've got an 8-speed gearbox, just have the gears really close together and then I can go wah, bah, 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 bah. But it's like 3,000 RPM, I shift down to second, I'm at 4.5. The difference between those two gears is far too big. It's an 8-speed box. There's 8 gears. How is my Megane box like better geared in the lower gears? It doesn't make sense. Watch the slush. Watch how the needle moves. It's like, whoa, whoa. I don't like it. It's not a good box. I definitely feel the difference between this, which is a torque converter. It has eight gears, which is very cool, but the gear changes just do not feel anything like my DCT box. My DCT box, when you're at full chat and you press that paddle, you feel this kick in your back. as it slots the next gear in, it's such a nice feeling. And this box just does not do that. It's kind of, it slushes into the next gear. Again, maybe this car just wasn't meant for this type of driving that I like doing. But it kills me because my old Mini was so good. R56, it was really good at it. Like, yeah, the suspension was stiff and it would shake you to pieces, but the steering was alive and darty, and I don't know. It didn't have a lot of power, but it was really eager. Like, I really had a lot of fun in that car. And in this car, I feel like the only thing you can really do puts a smile on my face. It's good, but every time I lift off, here, listen, I'm gonna lift off now. Come on, that's too much. I'm at like 2,500 RPM. Come on. If it did that at 6, I could almost respect it, because you've worked for it. You're driving hard, going all the way to red line, and then it gives you one of these. I could appreciate it, but like, I'm stuck behind a Tesla doing 30 and a 60, and every time I come off the gas, I don't think that's necessary. It's not a bad car. Like, it's a lot of fun, but I think I could have half an hour's fun in this thing, and then I'd have enough, which is kind of the stage I'm at. Let's send it here. It's just silly, in a good way. 60 mile an hour, 1,800 RPM, 1,600 RPM, that is very cool. This on the motorway, revs-wise, will be very good, but it's just a noisy cabin. I don't know if that's because of the rear doors, like the boot, or what it is, but it's just a very noisy cabin. Most Minis are, to be honest. And this car's not even on run flat. I love the heads-up display. Heads-up display is very cool, but it doesn't show you what gear you're in. The only thing that shows you what gear you're in is down here, M8. That's a little bit annoying. I would have loved if the gear indicator was actually in the heads-up display, because as you guys know, I use manual all the time for spirited driving, and it's very important to know what gear you're in. This is not my kind of car. This is not my kind of car. I like doing this. I like feeling a car moving around under me on a back road, and like, this feels like a suggestion. It doesn't feel very good steering wise, and it's in sport mode. Like, you can't make it any firmer. You can't improve it in any way. So I don't know. Look at that. That's not okay. That's not acceptable. But it's fun. It's all right. I just want to say a huge shout out to Hasib for letting me borrow this car. Got it for a couple of hours. Thank you very much. You're an absolute legend. If you are a subscriber or you're interested in the channel and you want to see your car on YouTube, get in touch, leave a YouTube comment. I'll get back to you with a way to contact me more directly. And yeah, we can go for a drive together, or if you're like Hasib and you want to just toss me the keys and let me go out for a few hours while you're at work, that works too. Thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate it.